Folks, we are back. Sensei and I just got done interviewing Mr. Dr. Mike. Such a fun interview, man. Mike's a good dude. I like him. Mike's the guy, man.
Great dude, man.
Listen,
the doc,
he
doing
is a
it all,
great
bro.
guy, but now we have to put personal feelings aside, Sensei. Now
Yes.
is the time where by the way, we're coming off a fight card that we went 2-2 in. So nobody's doing punishments for the UFC 280 card, and I won by the hair on my chinny chin with that Sean O'Malley decision. But still,
Yeah.
we'll just leave that where it is. You know, some people were saying damage. Sean O'Malley did enough to get it done. Listen, I'm no one to question the judges. They're the experts, right? Anyway, that one's considered.
I also lost my fight too. So you know.
That's true. Yeah. Things happen, but we're gonna consider that one a push. All right, but we're back again. Fight predictions. We're doing the full main card for Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva, and it starts with Chris Avila versus Dr. Mike. And I'm going to be the bad guy and make you go first here. Who you got?
Of course you are. Dude, I like what I heard from Dr. Mike. We just talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
So main thing here, he did only a few rounds of sparring.
10.
Okay, so with 10. Okay, sounds like me here. Did only 10 rounds of sparring in preparation for iDubbbz. So what that means is, and that was his first fight.
Yep.
So people are so much different, or can be so much different from their first fight to the second fight. So when I hear that not only is the preparation a lot different, I expect him to be a lot better. And I have to assume that Chris Avila might underestimate Dr. Mike and be a little surprised by him, because you know, fighters, they hear, oh, what's this guy? There's no way, right? You hear, even us, we know him and we're like, there's no way he balances this out. When you start to hear about it, I got this dude. I'm just gonna, maybe Chris Avila just thinks that he's gonna do this and that. I'm just gonna be able to use this angle or use my toughness or something. And Dr. Mike, he's gonna be prepared, and that's a lot of confidence that I heard in that interview. So I got him winning a decision.
Yeah, listen, that's a great pick, man. I think there's a couple things here. I think Chris Avila is a tough guy. He's tough. But he's never been a guy that jumps off the page in any fight he's been in as like, oh, man, this guy is, you know, a brutalizer, a marauder. And this is not me being disrespectful at all. It's just his greatest asset in a lot of his fights has been toughness. It is the Nick Diaz asset. Just tough your way through it. And when you're there and they're not, that's when you capitalize, right? Now, he has definitely some power in his hands. You know, Mike did say, I'm worried about that overhand right. So that's something that Mike's going to have to watch. But the size advantage that Mike does have, I mean, listen, he is a natural 200-pounder at 6'3", 6'4". And Chris, I know Mike said he was 5'10". I don't know if he fully is. But he's not as big as Mike, right? And coming down and him trying to come up to 85, I mean, Chris fought at 55. In the MMA scene.
Oh, wow.
So this is a size discrepancy that it may not be as big on fight night, but I just think Mike's size, his explosivity, we watched him batter iDubbbz continuously. And again, after 10 rounds of sparring, he's probably done hundreds of rounds at this point. So I do think that Mike has some inherited advantages here. The only thing I worry about is that Showtime stage, the first professional fight, you know, him getting in with a guy that's been there, been seasoned, going to take this like any other fight where Mike is, like you said, put a lot into it. But I got to agree with you. I think Dr. Mike wins a decision. I watched Chris fight Pretty Boy, and that was not a pretty fight. I thought Pretty Boy beat him. But I think Chris is still one of those guys where toughness is his greatest asset. I don't think he gets it done. Volume on Mike's side, and I think a better gas tank than we saw in the iDubbbz fight. Give me Mike by decision.
Yeah, I think Chris is going to bring the storm, and Doc's going to have an answer.
Yeah. Now the next one. Oh, baby. This one, I mean, listen, there's only one way to pick this one, I think, but I'll go first and get it out of the way. Uriah Hall versus Le'Veon Bell.
Bruh.
It's so hard sometimes to pick a Uriah Hall fight because you just don't know which guy is going to show.
Correct.
And I don't know if Uriah Hall has been active since. Was his last fight a win over Anderson Silva in the UFC, or was it he maybe had one more? It's been a while though.
I think so.
It's been a while. Now, Le'Veon Bell is a relative amateur as a boxer, right? He has one fight.
Right.
He is now pro level because he's on a pro card, but we're talking about just levels to the striking game, and Uriah Hall being as experienced, as explosive. Yes, a little older, but still seen everything, knocked down multiple times, and TKO'd Anderson Silva, who's in the main event. You got to go with Uriah here. It's not a question. And we love Le'Veon Bell, by the way. We love the guy. We want to have him on. He's our dude, but we just got to pick with our brains here. Like, this is Uriah Hall in kind of whatever way he wants, I assume, unless he just doesn't throw. And that's the scary part.
That's the thing. I could see, this is one of those situations where I could see a world where Le'Veon pulls out a decision, because Le'Veon is more of an in and out, methodical, wants to score, right? And if Uriah gets into this, I wanted this counter, and if he waits, right? If you get into this kind of like feigning pattern and Uriah doesn't throw and he wants to counter, and for some reason he's not able to land, how is the judges going to view that?
Exactly. That's what I worry about, is if he doesn't go volume and he just kind of picks and wants to land the big one like Uriah has done sometimes, and maybe Le'Veon just hops on the jab, it could go the other way. But I'm just thinking logically, like, how do you pick against Uriah Hall here?
I know.
All right, I'm taking Uriah. You said Uriah as well? I'm going to go Uriah.
Yeah, I said Uriah.
I'm going to say stoppage. I think Uriah stops him. And I hate saying that because I love Le'Veon. All right, so next one we have Alexandro Santiago, Antonio Neves. I'm going to be dead honest with you. These next two fights, I got nothing. So,
me either.
This is a bantamweight fight. We got some guys that are a little smaller. Give me Alexandro Santiago, bro. Give me. You have to go the other way then.
It's funny because I know a Santiago and I know a Nieves. So I'm trying to see which person, which last name I want to go with.
I know. I'm taking Santiago. Give me that.
Okay. I got Nieves.
All right. There's our split.
That works.
Now we have Ashton Silva versus Braulio Rodriguez. And I think, again, there's only one way we're going to pick this. At least for me, but I'll let you go first.
I'm taking Braulio.
Oh, are you? Oh, no.
Wait. Do you know them? I don't know them.
I know Ashton Silva. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, see?
Yeah, no, you picked it. Go ahead. You got your boy Braulio. Go ahead, son. That's you. You've been watching too much Dragon Ball Z, son. You got Braulio over there. But I've been watching Ashton Silva, brother. This kid, 18, he might be 19 now. Long Beach Jackrabbit Boxing, 9-0, I think, maybe 8-0, and
boy.
7 or 8 knockouts. Kid could have probably gone to the Olympics had he wanted to, but turned pro early. He gets in, he puts guys down, and he leaves, son. So much so that he's the first big signing under Jake's promotion. He's an MVP fighter.
So you're telling me I just picked a journeyman?
Yeah, I think so, bro. I don't have records up, but Braulio is you know.
You're telling me I just picked the guy who's supposed to be fighting the new prospect? Is that what,
you picked the garbage man that they tossed on. This is the mailman that they picked for Ashton. Fair play.
Braulio, listen, I'm saying right now, I'm about to get hype. I'm about to wear a shirt that says Braulio. I'm about to be like, well, Braulio, let's go, bro.
Braulio Rod. I'm taking Ashton Silva, and I'm taking him by spectacular knockout here. I think that he goes in, puts on a show, because, quite frankly, I don't think that. I think you're 100% correct. I don't think they put a guy in there that's ready for Ashton right now. I think they put him in there to get smoked. So
come on, Braulio.
Come on, Braulio. Let's do it. But then we have the main event of the evening, and this video is going to go out either right as my main channel video goes out or right after, because I can't have that spoiled. But we're going to put it out anyway. Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. I think right now Jake is actually taken over as the favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. So, by the way, Dr. Mike is an underdog in his fight. So we might make some money on mybookie.ag, promo code Wade.
Hey.
We gotta get Sensei involved, because I know he's with the competitor. We got to get him over there.
Come on now.
What are we saying? I'm going to make you go first here, but what are we saying? Anderson Silva, Jake Paul. The time has come.
Lee, man, I picked against Jake. No, I don't think with Nate Robinson. No,
I think we both picked Nate.
No.
I think we both picked Ben.
Yeah.
I think you picked Tyron both times, and I picked Jake both times. I'll never live down the Ben pick, but you just keep going to the well, bro. You're like, this is the one, dude.
Yeah, but this
could be the one. This could be the one.
I know, but this is Anderson Silva. I'm just concerned that Anderson's gonna do his this like Anderson thing where he's like, I'm fine, but I'm just moving around, and you're like, no, stop doing that. You're like yelling at the screen, cut it out, focus. I feel like I'm yelling at my students sometimes.
Well, honestly, it's the same thing we worry about with Uriah. It's the same thing.
I'm like, keep your hands up, bro. Stop it. But you know what? I'm gonna pick Jake because I want Anderson to win.
Oh, okay. You're psyching it out here.
I feel like picking Anderson. The honest feel I feel like picking him is gonna
do some
create some voodoo magic for him to get knocked out.
Right.
And I just don't want to see him get knocked out, man. And I'm nothing against Jake. I want Jake to perform well too.
I think it's better for us when he does well. But
yes,
here's the thing, man.
I want him to perform well but lose. How about that? I want Anderson to win. I want Anderson to win than I want to see Jake lose. Because if Jake was fighting any other MMA fighter, I'd probably go in Jake. But just because it's Anderson Silva, I want to see Anderson, win. So if it's close, but I'm picking Jake so that Anderson wins.
Okay. I like the reverse psychology there. Man, you put me in a tough spot. Okay. Here's the thing, man. I think Anderson Silva should win this fight. He should. On every metric that we measure fighting, he's better. He is more experienced. He is more technically sound. He has every fucking weapon that you could. If this was a video game and you were picking characters, he doesn't have a weakness. His only weakness is if something said himself. Age.
Yeah, the character. The person controlling him.
And himself. Yeah. Who controls him, right? And the age factor is huge, right? People, we want to talk about, and even Dr. Mike said, listen, on the medical side, you can't pick against age. It always wins. And this is what's concerning me. And I know that everyone's made such a big deal about the age and why Jake's fighting this old man and yada yada. There is some truth to it. But, like I said, on paper, Anderson should win, which is why I don't think he will.
Oh my, exactly. See what I'm saying, bro? It has one of those feelings.
I know. If I'm picking, okay, for the sake of it's so fucking tough. For the sake of
I feel like Jake's just gonna do it again, bro. He's gonna freaking do it again.
I know, and I don't think they're gonna fight the same way though. I don't think Jake is gonna sit there and just over under clinch and ram, and it's not gonna be one of these continuously. You know what Mike said was a very good point that no one's talked about is Jake in the mid range, right? How does he do in the mid range? Because if he wins some of those battles enough to where he can do a little bit more clinching and then win some mid range and then clinch and win some mid range, he might skate his way through here, and even to a decision. I know, which sounds crazy, but he might actually do that. Because I've said the only way Jake can beat him
winning is him sleeping him.
That's what I'm saying. That's everybody has said that. The only way Jake can possibly beat him is to knock him out. But imagine in the mid range, Jake is more active, and then clinches, and more active, and then clinches. There's a path there because of Anderson.
Yeah.
How does he perform? Who is controlling him? Fuck me, man. I guess I'm going Jake. And it's only because I'm so terrified that Anderson gets in there and it's takes a big one early or something, or doesn't produce volume. That's what worries me. If Anderson decides, let me go in and just kind of feel this guy out, first round, second round, and Jake's not normally a fast starter, but
it's one of those things that, like you said, Anderson should, and that's what scares. Because whenever it was Anderson should, it's like it's been weird. You know, he's had a lot of moments in his career where he should have done something and it got really weird. You know,
Anderson should win this fight. Jake has now become the favorite. We only disagree on Ashton and Santiago.
So it's a freaking fat L for me, dude.
For the sake of these picks, I might do something different on my channel. Let me go, just for the picks' sake, so we can have a little bit of a deal. Let me go Anderson, just because I think he should win. He should win.
Yeah.
So we'll do that for our sake here on the breakdown. It has no effect on my actual pick, which I'll go into way more depth on, but I do think Anderson Silva should win this fight. Everything is lined up for him to do it except Father Time, and we're going to see how big of a factor that is. Can Father Time beat Jake Paul, or is Jake Paul just too young, too inexperienced, and maybe bit off too much, maybe more than he can chew here. We don't have those answers. Those are our final predictions. Tune in on Fight Night and see how we did. Chat also, or comment section, I guess, also down below. Let us know what we're doing for punishments, because last time we had a push. This time someone said, Wade, you got to shave your eyebrow if you lose. I got to be on TV. I don't know if I could do all that, but you guys let us know down below. Sensei, the picks are in. It's time to see what happens, my man.